Okay, we're back in lesson 8-2, and it says that each part of the graph of a reciprocal function is a branch. The branches of the parent function y equals 1 over x are in quadrants 1 and 3. So this is actually a transform, but you can see we have quadrants 1 and 3 that my branches are in. Stretches and compressions of parent functions remain in the same quadrant. So as you see here, this was just a stretch. I think this was a picture of x over 8 over x. Yes, 8 over x. So it was a stretch, and so notice that it was staying in the same quadrant. And we can go back and look at the picture of the parent function. Actually, it's on the first page. And we see that we have it in quadrant 1 and 3. So stretches and compressions, so reflections are in quadrants 2 and 4. Let's look at some examples. So it says identify reciprocal function transformations. So for each given value of a, how do the graphs of y equal 1 over x and y equal a over x compare? What is the effect on a? So I'm going to use my free graphing calculator to look at as well. And the first one I'll graph is y equals 1 over x. Okay, so there's my parent function. Let's zoom, not out, but zoom in just a little bit so we can see it. Then we want to, and we're just looking at stretches and shrinks right now. So the first one, when we have 6, as you can see, we can do one here. I'm going to say y1, so I know the difference, and 6 over x. Oops. And as you can see, it moves away from, this is what I'm looking at, I'm moving away from the y-axis, so I'm saying that it's stretching away. So this is a stretch. Looking for my book. So this is a stretch. And then the numbers, so as the numbers get bigger, we're stretching. And as the numbers get smaller, we're going to say they shrink. So let's look at 0.25. So let's look at that. And we'll say y2 equals 0.25 divided by x. And so you see here, we're getting closer. So we're shrinking. So this is shrinking. And then we're negative, we're going to actually do a flip. So it's going to change direction. So it's going to look just like the first one that I graphed, my y1, but it's going to flip. So let's put that one in. Let's do y3 equals -6 divided by x. Okay, so you see it's the exact same graph as my red one, except that I'm flipped over. So I'm now in quadrants 2 and quadrants 4. Okay, let's go on to the guided. So it says for each value of a, how do the graphs of y equals 1 over x and y equals a over x compare? So the first one, a equals 1/2. That's the same thing as 0.5. And so all these fraction numbers, they're going to shrink. Okay, so they're going to get closer. So let's look at that. So y4 equals, let's say 0.5 divided by x. And you see here how I'm getting closer. All right. So that's a shrink. 2 is a stretch because it's a bigger number. The bigger the numbers they get, the more that they stretch. So we'll say y5 equals 2 over x. And as you can see, I'm stretching right here. And then the negative is going to flip again, so we'll put that in our calculator. And I have y6 equals -0.5 divided by 6. So it's going to flip. Oops, not x. It's going to flip and it's going to shrink. And so that one's the one in black. Okay. And it's compared to the one over here. And I think this is purple. Yes. I hope that this helps.